And so as we talk about people and we give you examples of ego and how it can go up and down or how it's used properly or improperly, let's talk about how it affects you and me and everybody else, right? So like, I mean, ego when it comes, when you hear the word ego, I want people to kind of relate it to. I want you to think about politics. Every single one of these politicians has an ego. It does not matter. Now, you like I said before, everybody has an ego, right? Now, big or small, doesn't matter. I mean, everybody has a certain ego in general, but politicians have a different type of ego. Obviously, I think politicians have to.
These new politicians have a different kind of ego.
I think every politician's done this. I mean, I think they have to lie at some point. I mean, you can't get everything right? You can attempt, but I think you have to manipulate your constituents at some point. You have to have a pretty big fucking ego to even do it, right?
I'm 50% there with you.
Okay. Where's the other 50% at?
I would say I agree. I think politics, in order to be a politician, you have to be a liar. You have to have an inflated version of self. You have to be willing to lie, cheat, and steal to work your way to the top. Personally, it's just my opinion. There's back-ended deals. It's not 100% honest. It is what it is. I can't even say they're new politicians. I'll say the Trump cabinet politicians.
The MAGA
cult. It's a different ego. And I think it's it's like bully.
Okay.
It's no rhyme, no reason. It's almost like when you're a kid and you're arguing with your mom and you're like, but why? Why? And she's like, because I said so. Okay, that leads me to believe you don't know what you're talking about or you don't want to take the time to articulate it.
Yeah. I mean,
and to me, that's not an ego. It would be an ego thing. It's an inflated version of self. Mm-hmm. You feel like you are so here that I am not owed an explanation. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
I think with politics in general, we're okay with understanding that, yeah, you're going to sell us the sun, the moon, and the stars, but realistically, you can't deliver that.
Okay.
I get that. This new version is basically like, I'm telling you facts. I'm telling you, no, Ashley has on a jean outfit. And you're like, no, she doesn't. She has a dress on. And you're looking me into my eyeballs, telling me that. And it's pure delusion. And I feel like these news sources, everybody that's giving these people a platform are increasing their ego. Mm-hmm. Like the video you sent me, I genuinely wish they would have taken him off air. As soon as he was deciding to actively not answer the correct question, like, you're going on a tangent over here. This is what I'm asking you. Mm-hmm. You get one more opportunity to answer this question, and then I'm pulling the plug. Because that's how they keep getting to circulate what they want. Mm-hmm. And then they're chopping and screwing it and putting it on their TikToks and on their whatever. And they're like, see, this person supports us. See, CNN supports us. Fox News supports us. We said what we said, and they said nothing back. You're leaving out the fact that they didn't say anything back because it's not what they were asking.
Yeah.
So I think in order to deflate those egos, pull the plug.
Just take them off the platform, or just not even put them on the platform.
Completely. Anymore. How do you stop a fire? You suck the oxygen out. Don't give it a platform.
No, that's
Stop giving it air. Yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
And I think that's the thing with current politics. You know, you can't really. It's hard to really just plug a politician, especially somebody with power like that. And I'll explain to y'all exactly what she's talking about. If y'all know, and y'all should know, Trump is basically the very simplified.
Can't wait to see how you're going to word this.
The very simplified version is that Trump kidnapped the president of Venezuela.
He illegally invaded a foreign country that is separate and apart from the United States of America. Yeah. He broke into their country in the middle of the night with U.S. armed forces and illegally kidnapped not only their president, but the president's children.
And wife. Yeah.
Wife and children. He kidnapped the president's family.
He did the children?
Attacked. I think the son's missing, I believe.
Oh, okay. I think he's probably part of that.
He took the family and disappeared, and then said, we now control Venezuela. That is wild. Imagine if another country were to come over here and kidnap Trump and his family.
Well, that would.
I'm not giving any countries ideas, but.
Yeah, but.
No.
Yeah, he.
You know where the White House is.
And he,
or Mar-a-Lago.
What he did was basically saying that he's going to take their oil.
He didn't say basically. He said we're taking their oil.
He's going to. Basically run the country until they were able to, I guess, democratically find another leader.
Not true.
He's not going
That's a lie. So
Probably,
that's how they got caught in their lies. He said the reason that they invaded was because, and this is where ego comes into all this, the reason he invaded allegedly is because Venezuela is such a horrible, terrible country. This is Trump's words, not mine. They could not be controlled. They did not want their president any longer. So he did what he felt was necessary by sticking America's nose in another country's business. They had a vice president she was voted in, and I think it was over a 70% her vote, meaning over 70% of the population wanted her in. She was voted in by the people. She technically should be the acting president right now.
Yes, she should, yeah.
He said, no, we are going to control it.
Mm-hmm.
You are no longer allowed to control your country. So what he's trying to pretend is looking out for America, which, again, I'm not sure how we never mind our own business as a country. And this is bigger than Trump. I feel like we have a big issue with our ego as America, feeling like it is our duty to stick our nose in everyone's business instead of worrying about our own. We have homeless people here. We have hungry people here. We have our own issues in the house. Why are we worried about what other people are doing?
I mean, you have to realize he does this on the back foot of Epstein's files getting released, and people asking, like, because they didn't drop all of them, only dropped a certain percentage. So everybody every single day was asking where are the rest of the files, and they're still not getting dropped. We still haven't gotten the full amount of the files. So
we're also billions of dollars in debt. And if we control their oil and gold supply, which I believe, doesn't Venezuela have one of the largest oils in the world?
Yeah, they have probably, I think the largest supply of crude oil in the world, yeah.
So if we control, so America, that's now in debt, now controls the largest oil supply in the world. I think this is bigger. This is bigger than Epstein. Like, it's not, we're already missing billions from our audits that it's just completely unaccounted for, which before 9/11 happened, there was billions of dollars missing. So this always happens. But there's billions of dollars missing. There's insider trading. There's all these issues. And now you say, you know what? Venezuela said they weren't going to sell to us anymore. Venezuela said no more oil, no more gold, no more weapons. So then they go into the country and kidnap the president?
Yeah, I mean,
if that's not a big ego, I don't know what is.
No, I mean, it's the definition of ego. And like I said, it doesn't even necessarily start with Trump. His entire cabinet is full of people with major egos, and we're gonna go to a clip. Stephen Miller. Do you know about Stephen Miller?
Sadly, not until you forced me to watch this to be prepared.
I need the entire audience to know who Stephen Miller is. He is the Homeland Security advisor. If you think about ICE, I mean, it goes all the way up to him. If you look at Stephen Miller, I mean, a lot of people were basically, I ain't gonna lie, they kind of compare him to Hitler in a way. It's kind of crazy. If you see a lot of his old videos, he's very super controversial. I mean, obviously a lot of the people in his cabinet are highly controversial. But we're going to go to a clip of him talking to CNN with Jake Tapper, who's a correspondent with CNN, and he's talking about how Trump basically took over Venezuela and why he did it. So y'all gotta see this if y'all haven't seen it already.
Question about who is now running Venezuela is one that even members of Congress who are big Trump supporters say they're not quite sure about. Senate Majority Leader John Thune told CNN's Manu Raju that he doesn't know what President Trump meant by his assertion that the U.S. is running Venezuela, and he said he needs more information. Can you tell us what the president means when he says, is acting President Delcy Rodriguez in charge? Is she running Venezuela or not?
Well, what the president said is true. The United States of America is running Venezuela. By definition, that's true. Jake, we live in a world in which you can talk all you want about international niceties and everything else. But we live in a world, in the real world, Jake, that is governed by strength, that is governed by force, that is governed by power. These are the iron laws of the world that have existed since the beginning of time.
But in terms of day-to-day operations in Venezuela, that is acting President Rodriguez, right? It's not some sort of American emissary.
No, what I'm saying is, we'll keep going here, Jake. So I want to say what I'm saying, and then you'll follow up. But what I'm saying is just one level above that, which is that, by definition, we are in charge, because we have the United States military stationed outside the country. We set the terms and conditions. We have a complete embargo on all of their oil and their ability to do commerce. So for them to do commerce, they need our permission. For them to be able to run an economy, they need our permission. So the United States is in charge. The United States is running the country during this transition period.
If that's true,
obviously that doesn't mean that President Trump is setting the bus fare schedule inside the country.
So
doesn't mean that President Trump is assigning the K-12 curriculum in the country.
The indictment that...
what he's about to say, though, is the biggest point. Regardless of Stephen not answering the question, right?
Yeah.
And clearly avoiding answering the question, which they do so well. You can never get a direct answer out of them, which I think is like the reason I personally loathe politics. You ask a politician a yes or no question and they will never answer you.
Yeah.
The issue is you went into another country because that country refused to do business with you, which is completely their right. And you then said, no, I want what you have, so I'm going to come and take what I want. That's a problem. It's unethical. It's illegal. It's bigger than just a big ego. And the fact that this, again, walk through life with the confidence of a white man, that this man can get on national television and say, yeah, I don't care. Yes, of course we're running that country. And if you keep watching, he's going to say, and we're going to take Greenland too. So if this is what we're showing other countries is acceptable because our president's ego is so big and his constituents aren't reeling him in to say, like, this is not a playground, like you are treading down a very slippery slope, what's going to happen when other countries, which they've already been doing, they're saying this is wrong, and how do we not know that we're next? Which is how I would feel. If your neighbor decides, you know what, I want to live in their house, and they go next door and they beat them up and they kick them out of their home, wouldn't you feel like you could be next?
I mean, I think that's the whole basis of being a politician or even being in power is having a big ego. I mean, the ability for him to even do that, the ability of him to be able to hire somebody like this to be in this position to talk about what he just did with Venezuela is basically the absolute. I mean, it's evidence that, you know, ego is a part of everything. Like I said, the whole point is ego is a part of everything.
I get that we're America, we're the greatest country. I get it.
I mean, what is it? Guns blazing, eagles and
it's
waving
giving
the
wild,
flags.
wild west.
I mean, I have a homie from Algeria. The first thing he said, the thing about America that nobody else has, the amount of flags that I've seen in this country,
and they're used so improperly,
all over the place, is
so improperly
crazy. Like, it's all over, and I never recognized it until he told me that, and I looked around, and sure enough, flags everywhere. Just flags,
we got state flags, we got city flags,
everywhere.
We got local flags, we got everything.
And so, you know, a lot of thing is, a lot of people that we share this country with, they like that. That's what they want. But at the same time, they're also very, I think the word is insular, or, you know, they don't know about the outside world. They only know about very much their own circles. Like, you look at the rural communities.
I think that's more the Confederate flag people, but
I don't want to say. I mean, I think, what is it? Idaho, I don't think they're Confederate flag. Like, you know, Idaho.
Like potatoes?
Yeah, like very rural. I mean, rural communities in Ohio, rural communities in Pennsylvania.
I lived in very rural communities in Ohio.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania, the KKK actively practices in Ohio.
Yeah.
Definitely Confederate flags.
Yeah, they have Confederate flags in Ohio. Isn't that like North still? Is that not North?
Are people not racist? Like,
Yeah.
you think that racism doesn't exist?
I thought that would just be like a South thing. Because we didn't see, I'm pretty sure there were racist people in California and like New Mexico. I don't think they had Confederate flags though. I think that's like
I think it's just like a backwoods redneck thing. Like, you have your Confederate flag, you have your lifted truck. And yeah, I think it's just a thing. I get torn when it comes to like the politics and the egos, because I don't think that's where our country is supposed to be. I think, yes, politically you should have a big ego. Yes, as America, we should feel like we're the best country. Yes, everybody should feel like they're the best at what they do. However, I think our inflated version of ego has just gotten really out of hand. And I think America's always been great at pretending that we are the home of the free, when in reality, we don't actually have rights.
I don't even think America pretends. I think they manipulate us to believe that.
That's what I'm saying. We're pretending because we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we say that we're so free, and we look down at places like North Korea, and we look down at other places, and we're like, oh, they have hungry people. Oh, they have this. We have hungry people.
Yeah.
You cannot go fishing without a license.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot go to a national park without paying. You think that you're free to do all these things. You can't parent the way you want to parent. You can't live the way you want to live. You can't drink what you want to drink. You have no control. We've done really, really well at pretending and inflating everyone's ego to make us feel like we are here. We have people that cannot read and write and will argue down that America is the #1 country.
Nah, yeah.
Do we have a great military? Yeah. Do we have great weapons? Yes.
We also have great debt.
Thank you. We also have a country that is literally killing each other from the inside out, all because of this ego. Like, it's down to racism, it's down to sexism, it's down to stripping people's rights away. And I think that's what comes to question, like, at what point do you take a step back and say, our ego is hurting us as well as the country, as well as the people around us?
I mean, you can see it in how it hurts us on this particular level. I mean, currently the relationship thing going around in all of our cultures is crazy right now. I mean, I think that's... Now, do I blame politicians for that? No, but I believe that not looking inside...
Not?
You blame politicians for the current... Well, okay.
I blame politicians down the war on drugs. That was a direct attack on black people.
I get what you're saying. So that part...
Separating the families.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Facts.
Remember black women, when they would allow their husbands to live with them, they received less benefits?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, it's always been an attack on black people. And now all the shows...
Well, not even just black people, just people who are just not... They don't have the funds to really have a successful, I guess, family home.
No, because poor white people always had their benefits. Food stamps would have never been created.
But they have the most food stamps out of the entire country.
That's what I'm saying. Food stamps would have never been created if the sole interest was to protect black people.
Yeah, I mean...
So what I'm saying is the programs that were specifically created for black people were built on separating the families.
Which programs was made for black people?
Like, when... I guess it's not the specific programs as much as the application process. Mm-hmm. If you have a home with a white family, a mom, a dad, and multiple kids, that's fine. Multiple baby daddies, whatever, that's okay. Mm-hmm. Give a black woman the same circumstance.
Right.
Put the father in the home, they receive less benefits. You could both be a family of 4, mom, dad, 2 kids. The white family will receive more benefits than the black family.
Do you know why? This is my theory, why they was allowing white people to get those benefits over black people. This was always a division.
It was started for the
This was a division, not even a race thing. It was more so of a class thing. They knew that white people and black people on this level were at the same, but to give the white people some form of superiority, they gave them more benefits to kind of divide us to believe that we are different when we're not different at all in terms of class. Because in my opinion, classism is way more dangerous in our current country than racism is, because I believe classism is what fuels racism anyway.
You think?
Because in reality, if we all knew where we were at as a class in general, if the
I think people not knowing what classism is the issue. I don't think classism is the issue.
That's it. Well, I'm saying like that directly impacts racism, because if we all knew that we were all in the same boat, no, regardless of color, we would be way more unified. We'd be way better off otherwise.
I don't agree with that, because I think we can see that with the way people don't even know what they're in.
I mean, I'll give you an example. So let's say you meet a black person that's uppity or whatever. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel compared? Like,
I don't care. What is uppity? Like, I don't care.
Like somebody who basically looks down on you regardless. Like,
so
don't you feel a certain level of disrespect that's different? Unless you think like, hey, we're on the same level. Why do you feel like you need to talk down to me like that, even though we're the same kind of person?
No, because I don't feel like people above me speak down to me. I feel like it's more people that are beneath me try to, like the lady earlier today.
Yeah, but what if they did? Like,
I guess I don't have that experience as much as people not understanding where they are in the food chain. So think about...
That's what I mean.
So I'll say maybe I have more lower class people, like hence, and again, I think this is where like ego and everything else comes into play. all the people that voted for Trump thinking we're going to get rid of SNAP benefits. Food stamps are going to be gone. Yay. We're tired of people milking the system. They don't need this. Those are the people that I feel like try to make comments. And I'm like, I've never received government assistance as an adult. Like as a child, absolutely. Like it was what it was. As an adult, I've never received government assistance. I don't.
Yeah.
You receive government assistance and your ego is so big in your trailer park or in your apartment or in your home that you don't realize that you are a SNAP recipient and now you're no longer getting your food stamps because you think that you're better than what you've relayed in your mind that a food stamps benefit recipient is, which you think is a Black woman paying for her hair, nails, and whatever else, when we've seen on the internet the white women buying their pops and dumping them out to sell the cans and doing all the things. So I don't think I have that experience with people that are above me because I feel like I'm in really good circles and everybody that is above me is trying to help me.
You're trying to uplift you.
Yeah, I don't have that experience where like I'm better than you.
Right.
Maybe when I was in college, and have you ever encountered a Jack and Jill?
I've heard about the Jack and Jill kids. I never encountered them though.
Okay, if you encounter a Jack and
Jill
Jill
kid, because I remember
kid,
there was that commercial about the kids in polo, and everybody was pissed about it. They're like, oh, they think they're better than everybody.
Jack and Jill is a different brand. Look it up. Jack and Jill is a Black program for influential families. Those kids are a different breed. The only time I feel like I encounter Black people that look down on me is when they are trying to assimilate and have a closeness to whiteness.
A proximity to whiteness, yeah.
And that again, I think that goes to ego
That's where
and
you do that
self-hate.
is? Okay. But see, I think, that's where because they think that their class.
I think that they hate being Black so much that they feel like it's a bad thing. Now, have you been on like Asian TikTok or have you seen the controversy?
About going to their markets and like people side on them and shit? Or is that something
About how
different?
they're talking about like the racism and the proximity to whiteness?
Yeah, because I think it started off with some white lady went to a Asian market, like an H Mart, and then she
complained about the smell, the food, everything.
Yeah.
So they kind of talk about this the same way that Black people do. And I guess it all boils down to ego and who we view at the hierarchy. And everybody views the hierarchy as white people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the aspiration.
Yep.
So there's a lot of Asian creators that were getting smart because they're like, if you notice, the Becca Blooms they're following is predominantly white.
Yeah.
She has a white husband.
I think somebody named Sujia was on TikTok. She's also, they was
married to a white man. The Black lady who thought she married the Dutch prince, tucking the braids.
Yeah.
All of the people that have those egos where they're looking down onto other people have attached themselves to whiteness and are judging everybody that they think is beneath them. People that I feel that aren't racist and aren't into ego and into anything, I don't have any problems with. It's people that have a lack of self-identity, a lack of who they are, and have attached themselves to something else.
I mean, this is where ego clouds your judgment.
Yeah, because you want to be that so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it just, like I said, overinflated ego definitely will cloud just most things that, you need to recognize in your life anyway. I mean, like I said, we were going